I'm a fan of the star we are.
What's up, everybody? I'm Super Cowboy.
And I'm Princess Angie, and you are tuned in to The Star We Are.
Hi, this is Jane Slater, and you are listening to The Star We Are.
Plugged in and switched on. This is The Star We Are, live.
Yay! Good evening.
Yo, what's up, everybody?
Have to remember to say Happy Wednesday because I feel like it's a Tuesday.
Happy Wednesday, everyone.
Well, I guess I should do my part and say that I am Slammin' Sammy as always.
I am Landry's Legend.
It is your man Jimmy Jace here, and yes, we have got a little bit of an awkward show for you today. It's a nice Wednesday show instead of a Tuesday show. As you know, yesterday's show got postponed with Miss Slater. It also got postponed for today. It will be next week, but that is okay. She's a busy lady, and we will keep the entertainment rolling as always. So we will get right into this thing with a little bit of a rundown of what we've got planned and prepared for you today. So, of course, we'll get into some Star We Are updates. We'll get into a little bit of news with Miss Sammy as she says it all and gives us the news around the league. And of course, for our Cowboys coming up this week, we got to see, we got to check the injury list. We got to see what's going on. We got to know the news. So stick around. She's going to give it to us. Then we'll have Landry give us a nice little segment of some legends and some long shots and see what he's got to say. It's one of my favorite segments of the week. You should stick around and check it out. And then I'll give you a couple of jewels. No pun intended there. I'm just talking about players. We're talking about diamonds in the rough, as Sammy likes to say. Get your mind out of that old gutter. And we were going to play a little Jane's Dream Team, but we'll do that next week. So we'll just get right past that one. And then we'll go into a halftime as our sport does. We like to have a little halftime of ourselves where we remind you to fan responsibly because we like to. And then we'll get into some star score of the week. I predict some low scores coming. I know you guys got some low ones on your chart for this week, and then we'll next week we've got a special new game and new segment called Q&A Blitz that I am so excited for and so happy to get into, where we are going to rapid fire some serious questions, maybe some funny questions, maybe some Cowboys questions, maybe some personal questions. I don't know what we're going to ask, and neither does she, but we're going to rapid fire Miss Jane Slater some questions and see if she can handle the blitz. All right, and then we're going to have some stuff. Did I get you there, Sammy? I choked him. Good stuff. We almost had a spit take live on the Star We Are. It would have been our first one. All right. God. And then we'll have a little star stat of the week where we'll review last week's player that shined. Unfortunately, I don't think he has a star on his helmet this week. So there's that. And then we'll play a little way over, way under. We've got a nice little segment tuned up with some nice statistics there, and we'll take some lines if you're better, and we'll pick some way over, way under, and then we'll play a little Act 3 and take a look at what we got coming up with these purple birds coming into town. So I'm excited, guys. How's your week?
Exciting. The closer I get to the weekend, the more happy I am, but I feel like everything is taking forever. But the good thing is we're halfway through the week. We're halfway after that loss. So here we are.
Yeah, definite mixed bag. Basically, hump day here Wednesday has gotten me to the point where I'm in between the, being so bitter about the trouncing and all the excitement for this weekend and Saturday and Sunday. So it's taking a turn for the positive today, right now on the Star We Are Live.
Jimmy?
I'm just lost. I know what we have to talk about here in a little bit, and I'm not super excited to get into it and relive it, but we've got to do what we've got to do. But without further ado, we're going to get right into the news this week. So Sammy is going to give us a little news. She is going to say it all.
Woo! I guess I probably am a little more excited than the news is itself. I tried to find some positive news, but it just wasn't working that way for us. First things first, I'm going to admit I do have a little bit on my phone that came in last minute before we were on here, so I am going to be a little mixed up. Bear with me. First things first, our run game. We seen how well that went last week. And Jerry was asked about Dalvin Cook and the possibility of him being elevated from the practice squad. And of course, as of September 17th, yesterday, Jerry said, I don't necessarily see a change that would involve Dalvin Cook this week. So starting off with that, just letting you know how it's going to go.
So you're saying that all the talk about him coming off the practice squad probably not happening, or did he come off the practice squad? Do you know?
Well, as of yesterday morning, Jerry Jones says he doesn't see a reason to, pretty much. So unless they've decided since yesterday morning, I haven't seen any updates on it. I don't think so. But with that being said, we are actually ranked 25th in rushing yards in the NFL, averaging 85 yards per game total. It's kind of sickening. As I said a little yesterday, I have it written down, I have to say it again. The score versus the Saints was very ugly, but it was a scoreagami. We did make history in the way that it was a score that has never happened before. So history was made.
Today, when did you come up with that?
I seen it yet when I was looking it up. They said it was never happened before. So I gotta, the history part, you gotta make it positive. We're in the history for this score, you know, may not be on the right side, but we're in there. So this next little chunk of news I get, shout out to RJ. I'm probably gonna butcher his last name, Ochoa. I got a lot of my news from him this week, so thank you. God, I thought I was over the Saints game, and now I have this news to give, so I'm not so sure. Here's something crazy, okay? So Saints haven't seen offensive numbers like they showed in 4 years, okay? But the last time it did was in 2020, and can you guys guess which team they played? The Minnesota Vikings. And who was their defense? Mike Zimmer.
Mike Zimmer.
So similar situation. Hopefully Mike Zimmer can learn from this.
Wow.
I kind of was really bitter reading that, and I was like, no freaking way.
Yeah, you brought that to light for me. I appreciate that.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know if it's a very bright light, but it's light. On a positive note, entering Sunday, CeeDee Lamb and Dak tied for 7th in team history as far as most passing touchdowns between a quarterback and a pass catcher. But on a side note, can you guys guess who was number 1 for passing touchdowns for a quarterback, wide receiver duo?
Big Bird.
Over what period of time?
Just throughout history. It's the whole franchise history.
I'm still gonna go Big Bird.
Tony Romo, Des Bryant.
Bam! Tony Romo, Des Bryant. So we are currently tied at 5th with 28. They are number 1 with 50. Boom.
Wow.
Shout out Des, throw up the X. That's some magic right there. History states, okay, so we are 1-1. And I did also say this yesterday, but I am saying this again today. We are 1-1. We have never won a Super Bowl with a 1-1 record. But we've made history already this season. Why not make some more?
I like it. I like the attitude, Sam.
Gotta be positive. I feel it in my bones. Something good has to happen. So while Schoonmaker really didn't cause issues during the game, according to John Machota, I don't know. Sorry, I'm bad at names.
You got it.
Jake Ferguson was very close going in last week. And I'm sure you guys have seen, he is very much so expected to be here for week 3. So holy moly, hopefully we have a welcome back for Jake Fergie. So this is a little future. This is about us in the Ravens. So yes, James, haven't got there. You beat me. This coming up, week 3 versus the Ravens. So this will be the second time that the Ravens have played at AT&T, and under none other than Tony Romo, we won against the Ravens for the first time in franchise history last time at home. So that is a very positive thing to look for this week 3 game. Now here's the part where I pull out my phone and maybe give not so positive, hopefully positive news. Jake Ferguson, as James Sloan said in the comments, returned to practice today and did everything during the open portion to the media part. So I am rooting for that.
Yeah.
Deron Bland also appeared back at practice today. He still has. I can't talk today. He still has at least 2 weeks before he can come back, but just seeing him out there practicing within those 2 weeks, I think our pick 6 king, as I read. What?
Sounds like he'll be back week 5.
Yeah, for sure. And I want to ask Coach here, what do you think? So we've got, Ferg's possible next week, right? But he's obviously not going to play this week.
He's playing next week.
Well, we've got the Giants next week. If he's not 100%, that was going to be my question. If he's not 100%, let's say he's 80 or better, do you still even give him a shot against a team that we should whoop with half our squad, right? Do you even bring Fergie out there then, or you go ahead and let him kind of sit against the Giants as well?
I'm not one of the team doctors. You bring him out there if the team doctors say you can't re-injure it and it's just pain.
Okay.
And he looks better than your other tight ends in practice, even if he's 85%.
I'll take it.
You should have said 87%. Ha, just kidding.
I missed one right there for me.
Sammy with the puns, always with the
puns. So we lost last week. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry, but as Brandon Laurie, sorry, Brandon, don't know how to pronounce your last name. Since 2021, the Cowboys are 12-2 in the games following a loss, and that is tied with Buffalo, being the best in the NFL over the last 3+ seasons. So we have that other positive to look forward to. And I should have saved that for last because I don't know if you guys have seen the injury report, but it has grown. As of 4 p.m., this is what we were looking at. Jake Ferguson was back to practice. Trayvon Diggs did not practice with a foot injury. Mozzie Smith ended up leaving practice with a trainer because of a back injury, which I'm pretty sure that has been something he was kind of off and on about anyways. So I can't say that almost surprised me. I mean, I wish it didn't happen, but and then 88. CeeDee Lamb did not practice with an ankle injury. I am praying with everything in me. It is nothing serious or just being precautious. I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't want to take anything away from that. But Brandon Cooks rested today. Eric Kendricks rested today. Marshawn Nealon does have that calf injury, but he was full practice. DeMarcus Lawrence was not an injury rest. CD did not practice at all. Jordan Lewis rested. Zach Martin rested. And Mozzie Smith did not practice. Other than that, we are full and ready to go. We have other limiteds on here, but I'm not going to mention those because limited is more positive than did not practice.
You'll know a lot about CD and Trey Diggs by tomorrow. If they're even limited after a DNP today, and then it means it's just the type of nick that they'd rather give them a full day off of practice for. So depending on if their practice status has changed tomorrow at all, then they'll play.
Yeah.
I hope.
And you got to think Lamb may be one where it's just like a rest thing because he's got some soreness and tightness from not necessarily getting camp and preseason like everyone else. So
that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
So, but that is all I had. I feel like I had something else, but that's all for this week. Can't wait to bring you more next week.
Let's go. You heard it. All right. So that's interesting. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what Fergie does, what they decide to do with him, and where that goes. His timetable. We can almost guarantee if it ain't the Giants, like Landry said, if he's 85% and ready to go, play him against the Giants. If not, it's looking like he'll definitely be back next week. So what we'll do is we'll get right into a little bit of Star We Are updates. Just drop to this main screen here because I'm not Sammy and I don't say it all. That's Sammy's job. But so quick little updates here. So our raffle that we have currently running right now for the 421 raffle, it's a Dak Prescott jersey. Let me rewind. We are running a 421 raffle for charity. Proceeds are going to go to the YMCA of Metropolitan Dallas, to the youth sports program in particular there, and just get some money involved into the kids sports programs for things they might need, equipment, etc. and just things like that. Because some of these kids going to these youth sports places in the YMCA and the Boys and Girls Club and things of that nature aren't always getting dropped off by parents. And so we're trying to do, raise some money for good cause there. And so what we're doing is raffling away a couple jerseys, a signed ball, and some money. So what is it, you ask Jimmy? It's a Dak Prescott number 4 jersey, icy white. We've got the neon Deion Sanders primetime jersey, the throwback Mitchell and S, the nice one. I believe it's the anniversary jersey. And then it's a ball signed by multiple Hall of Famers. And then $421. Well, how do I get my hands on all of that, Jimmy? Well, it's actually pretty cheap. It's only $25. You can only get 4 entries. You can't buy them all, but it closes soon, guys. When the game clock hits 0 versus the Ravens, the raffle's closed. And then we will be announcing the winner on our next Tuesday show. When we come back and we go live, we will announce the winner for that raffle. I'm so excited. It's going to be awesome. I cannot wait. But we're going to get right into the next segment of our show, guys. And I've got something very, very special for you. Like I said, this is my favorite, segment. And everybody likes a little bit of legends. Everybody likes a little bit of long shots. And so Landry is going to give us a little bit of both.
Absolutely. This is week 2 of Landry's Legends and Long Shots for the 2024 NFL season. We're going to always start with the long shots. Legends more exciting. The long shot of the week is going to be Kirk Cousins beating the Philadelphia Eagles on Monday Night Football and starting to turn my week towards a positive note. Who would have had it? Kirk Cousins, who never performs at all in a primetime game, gets a chance via Saquon Barkley's drop to go ahead and lead a game-winning drive on Monday Night Football. I would not have had the Atlanta Falcons beating the Eagles in that game, and I certainly wouldn't have had Kirk Cousins leading a game-winning drive. So Kirk Cousins beats the Eagles on Monday Night Football, my long shot of the week. My legend of the week, kind of like the star stat of the day, is going to have to go to the other team. And it's going to be, Clint Kubiak, Dennis Allen, the combination of the two, the Saints offensive line that was supposed to be ranked 32nd overall that just got the job done. In general, the Saints offense explosion of, I believe we were at 15 straight drives to start the season that they scored. And I think 13 of those were a touchdown. So the Saints offense, absolutely incredible. I honestly hope they can keep it going one more week against the Philadelphia Eagles, both to hand the Eagles a loss and maybe show that it's this New Orleans Saints that have the best offense in the NFC, as opposed to the Dallas Cowboys defense isn't what we thought it might be. So Kirk Cousins to beat the Eagles on Monday Night Football, a long shot. The Saints offense, legendary. What do you guys think?
Beautiful for Kirk Cousins. Mixed emotions for the Saints. Good for them, but I did not want that to be the long shot.
No, I didn't either, but I respect the boldness. I respect the long shot. I respect the boldness of the take. Very well said. Very well done, Coach.
Thank you.
Yeah. Speaking of, Kirk Cousins beat the Eagles at not 100%. I read that he told Troy Aikman before the game even started that he was not fully healed from his Achilles injury. So can you imagine what he would have been like at 100% and able to run a little bit more?
So we'll move right along. We'll get the show going. We're already at about the 20-minute mark. And every week from here on out through the rest of the season, I'm going to do something that some people might find offensive. Some people might find, too in your face, too abrupt. Sammy seems to find it absolutely hilarious when I show people, or I tell them about my jewels. That's what it is. I don't, my jewels of the Sammy can't take it. But Jimmy's got a couple jewels for you. What do you mean by that, Jimmy? What I mean is each week I've got a couple jewels where they just shine, some diamonds in the rough that really stand out. A couple of really just nice, 2 big jewels that you can, like almost this size, that you can hold. 2 beautiful gems. Who were they last week? Well, one of them was a guy I don't even want to bring up by name, so I won't.
Sorry, I thought I was muted.
So that's one gem, and I didn't want it to be, but that's okay. That's one gem of the week. And then my other Jimmy's jewel. Who's the jewel? Well, it wasn't my Dallas defense. It wasn't a player on the defense. It wasn't any of my wide receivers. It wasn't anybody on the offensive line. Jimmy's going to be selfish this week. The jewel of this week was my damn self. All right. I'm sorry. I can't give it to one of these single Dallas Cowboys. Listen, to all 53 players on this roster, if you would like to be one of Jimmy's jewels, which, listen, I've got 5 kids that'll tell you right now, it's an honor to be. If you'd like to be one of Jimmy's jewels, then you get your butt to playing better on that football field, and I'll consider it. I digress.
I like that. I think, yeah, I don't know. One day, though, I will grow up and I won't laugh. I promise. One day.
We're never going to grow up. Like they say, you don't stop playing because you get old. You get old because you stop playing, right?
There we go. I like that. Because, yeah. I mean, I feel
all right, Coach. Well done on the jewels of the week. We are bypassing Jane's dream team, which I wish we were getting to right now. And we'll go ahead and
preview at it with just a quick look. We'll give it a little 10-second hold right there.
Here you go. Here, hang on. Don't give it a 10-second hold. Let me kick us over here. Since only Jane gets to pick tomorrow, I'll do mine real quick. Quarterback Peyton Manning, running back Adrian Peterson. That's very close. The pass catching ability of Tomlinson makes it close, but Peterson just because I feel like I'm getting 5 a carry. Calvin Johnson Jr. because of the possession and the over-the-top ability over Randy Moss. I love Randy Moss. So Torrey Holt, just smoking it up, but basically based off 1 year greatest show on turf. Shannon Sharp, just an all the way more rounded, more professional tight end. I'll take Shannon Sharp. John Lynch for the big hits and the fumble causing ability. Brian Urlacher, great. These are all tough choices. Michael Strahan held the sack record at one point. I'm going to have to take Michael Strahan on the defensive end. Champ Bailey for how long he did it. Revis Island was amazing, but Champ Bailey did it for 15 years. Earl Thomas over Troy Polamalu. Maybe that's just the Texas thing, and maybe the tackling ability on that one. It's like if Ed Reed's not there, how am I even picking the best safety? And Warren Sapp, probably one of the top 5 defensive tackles of all time. And quick and easy.
I just want to say that we were the exact same except for 3, but the 3 that we were not the same on are people I don't know, so I just guessed.
The Torrey Holt, Reggie Wayne one?
Yes, and then
the
I did
Vince
not
Wilfork,
know
Warren Sapp.
who. Yeah, definitely did not know that one. And then Earl Thomas, I didn't know who that was, so I went ahead and went with Troy. But
I think you do. You may not realize it. I played from the University of Texas. He was in Seattle around the time you were watching the Legion of Boone. You started getting into football 2016, 17, 18 when they were really good. He was playing safety.
I'll look, but yeah, the name just doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they win the Super Bowl against New England, whenever that is, 2018, 2019.
When they should have ran the ball with Marshawn, but they threw it.
That whole thing.
Oh my gosh, that's the game. Okay.
That's the team that's his
day.
Yeah. So
I think I would have to go with JM there, only because the rest of my picks would be the best supporting cast for him. And I'll go with AP. I'll go with RM and RW for wide receiver 1 and 2. I'll go with Moss and Wayne. Tight end, I definitely want Antonio Gates. He too consistent. Dude played till he was like 50. I'll go Urlacher there. I'll take Strahan as well. Give me Revis Island. I want Troy, just literally because of the shampoo commercials. And then I'll probably have to take Warren Sapp as well on that one. But we will see what Jane Slater has to say.
No doubt. Next week. Halftime. Wait, let me move it. Trying to go to halftime.
Wake up, coach. Wake up.
Did you guys think I was frozen? Is that what happened?
You had me till you laughed for a second, and then you went back, and I was like, wait a minute.
All right, it's halftime. It's halftime. Let's blow the whistle. We got to get into some, make sure if you are here with us and you're watching, which we see, let's get to some more comments here while we're at halftime. We'll say, Troy, somebody said, and then Chuck said, bro, you got 5 kids. I shouldn't have said that in public, I guess. That's cheating, using Lunch as a linebacker who's technically a safety. Okay, or Lynch. Okay, I see you got corrected there. Everybody likes a little lunch. Linebackers like lunch too, James. Sammy likes lunch. She'll be having some here on the show here in just a little bit, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Either way, y'all know how
To answer Colin's question, I think he's asking how often they update the depth chart in the website, and that's going to be once a day, shortly after practice, or about an hour after practice, around 4 p.m.
That would be correct. Look at Landry coming in with the quick response. So it's halftime. We want you to fan responsibly. We like to fan responsibly. Jimmy, how the hell do I fan responsibly? Well, you hit the like button, you hit the sub button, then you turn on your notifications. If you do all three, you win a lock of Sammy's hair, and we'll mail it right to you. So all you got to do is like, turn on the notifications, subscribe. Disclaimer: you will not be getting any of Samantha's hair. But if you do that for us, we really appreciate it. Your time is invaluable. If you've ever spent any of it with us, we cannot thank you enough. Thank you for your support for the Star We Are, watching the show, enjoying what we do. We put in a lot of hard work for this content. We put a lot of hard work for every graphic that's made, every game that's put together, every idea that's done. Samantha digging in all week, spending hours of her time on the news and giving us updates and all that kind of stuff. So if you like the Star We Are and you like what we're doing, best way you can support us is by doing those three things right there. Make sure you're subscribed, share it out while you can, and yeah, appreciate you guys being with us.
Hey, while we're here at halftime, a perfect time, little more about Saturday, or Saturday, Sunday, and the tailgate for anybody who needs a refresher.
So good point. Saturday, the 21st, Content Creator Nation, Dallas Cowboys Nation. If you are a fan, if you are a content creator, if you are a lover of this team and this sport, come on out to Playmaker 88, Playmakers, Michael Irvin's Bar and Grill. We're going to be out there on Saturday evening. It looks like Samantha just hit her not so funny bone, and it wasn't funny at all. I could see if I was looking on her face, that caught me off guard.
It's tingling.
I bet. But yeah, come on out to Playmakers 88. It's in, I believe it's in. Say again, Coach?
The Colony.
That
There you
sounds
go. The Colony, Texas. There you go. So come on out.
Frisco. Who else going to be out there? This confirmed. The three of us will be out there. Stefan from Attitude Era will be out there. Definitely Mike Tag and Kelly Canine will be out there putting the tailgate on Sunday for us. Fred Jones.
Yep.
Who else is going to be out there? For sure.
Frankie?
Nick said he was a 50-50.
Frank Nick's is a 50-50. I would think. I really don't know about EJ, but I wouldn't want to put anybody out there. Mm-hmm.
Anybody in the chat, let us know if you're in here and you're going to be out there.
Oh, and Frankie's on the way from Germany already. I cannot wait.
I'm excited.
The best.
Well, we're at the halfway point. Good, perfect time to take a little halftime. And so what we also can't wait for is to get right into our next segment. And we have to get it going. And we are going to give our scores for Act 2. And Samantha, we're gentlemen, so you get to go first.
How did I know that was coming? Oh, God. Okay. So.
Get ready. I'm muted.
Depressing. I am going to go with probably 33. Now, the reason I'm even considering being partially close to 50 is because while defense didn't show up, I don't know where they were. I don't know. Everybody's saying they got left in Cleveland. Offense was a little bit there. The line wasn't there, but CD tried, Dak tried. I mean, minus the 2 interceptions. I mean, not everything was going well, but I give them credit. They were trying, and if Brooks wouldn't have fell, that could have been beautiful. Like, some of the effort was made, it just wasn't there. And that's I'm keeping it at that because I don't even want to talk about it anymore.
Easy enough. I'm at a 45 on my star score. We said we wouldn't go over a 50. And I got my 45 from, I guess each week I'm going to kind of evaluate both sides of the ball. The defense got the 10, and that's basically for putting their name on the test. That's about where their points came from. The offense, as Sammy was saying, was decent, nowhere near something that deserves a B or an A. So the offense essentially got a C plus with a 35. The defense failed for a total score of 45. Not a lot of positives. Sammy mentioned the 2 interceptions. One of them is just circumstantial. Jalen Brooks falling. Otherwise, it's a completion for a first down. 45. 45 for the Dallas Cowboys on a composite. Like I said, a 10 from the defense for putting their name on the test, and a C+ from the offense.
That made me sound awful. I can't wait to hear yours, Jimmy.
Well, you don't want to hear mine, and I respect Landry for giving them any kind of points for putting their name on the test, because I will not be doing so. You don't get points for putting your name on the test. You don't get points for showing up. You get points. You get paid millions of dollars for putting your name on the test and showing up. They paid you that. That's what you did. You want to get a score from Jimmy, you got to do a lot better than that, because I'm going to give this team a grand total of, everybody say it with me,
24.
and I'm going to tell you why.
24.
Yeah, the offense come out and got a couple, points in the first half. Doesn't matter when 35 got given up. You couldn't run the ball to keep your defense on the sideline and let them get rested as they were getting scored on one after one, touchdown. Do you know how many times in the NFL that's ever happened? Only when you watched it happen to us a few days ago. So touchdown. It gets tiring saying it. It's boring, and it got real boring and old watching it. So you get a 20, mother-loving 4 from your man Jimmy. I can't score you any higher. And the offense honestly got 20 of that 24. Wanye Thomas returning kicks. I love Wanye. STG, yay, forever. That's my guy. But returning kicks for what? We got Turpin and Vaughn.
Right.
Everything about that game looked off, felt off. If I keep talking about it, it's going to drop to a 22.
Oh, God. I've been listening to Taylor Swift too much. I started today and I was about to tell you you're feeling 22. Lord help me. Lord help me.
Well, this is not the time to be feeling 22. Feeling 22 means you just got blown out.
Oh, gross. Yuck.
If you're feeling 22 on a star score. 22, guys. 22, 33 from Sammy, a 45 from me. That's somewhere in the neighborhood of a 40 average. Let's see. I was reading that comment. COSM, what's he describing there? Where's he going to be on Saturday?
At the Cosm for the OU versus Tennessee game.
At the Cosm. Coliseum.
Yes. I don't know. The
That's where the
website
game
is
is.
literally COSM. Yeah.
No, it's at the Coliseum. That's what he means. He's going to be at the OU game. Or it's a Texas game. I'm not sure what side of fence he's on.
It's OU versus Tennessee.
Oh, Tennessee.
Yeah, Texas,
Well, I
and
may
then
be
you
all
don't
off.
play till October 12th, I think.
I may be
looked
all
it up
off.
earlier.
Yeah, Kyle, we seen the CD Diggs injury report. Let's talk about Overshown barely
13
playing. Well,
snaps, right? 13, 14,
look,
maybe 17.
immediately with the number. Don't play with Sammy no more, y'all.
Oh, shook.
It was just months ago. This young lady sitting to this side said, I don't keep up with statistics. I don't really know my numbers and stuff. And you can't mention a player now without her dropping numbers on you. 13 snaps as soon as you brought up Overshown. I didn't even know it was that many. That's not enough.
Yeah, we will quickly talk about Overshown barely playing. With the way he looked in week 1, and we were calling for it. Reese Lufau did not have a good game. And we were calling for it 2 drives into the game, it felt like. But
Yep. New venue that has the cameras on the field, like with
How
the
excited are you?
Yeah.
Bad booty.
How excited are you to introduce this star stat of the week?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm thrilled.
Yeah, the player from
You
the other
can't tell.
team. Oh.
You can't
That
tell.
is a very sarcastic.
I almost clipped us saying it last week, and they decided not to. I almost did, because what did we say, Landry? Tell them what we said last week.
What do you mean? Remind me.
When we said, it would be very unfortunate if we ever had to give a star stat of the week
if we
to
had to,
somebody
yeah.
on the other team. Yeah.
It didn't take long.
It only took
And
a week.
we had to. Me all game. Alvin again.
That's exactly
of it.
how I felt.
Sick of it. Got the little Alvin here with the football in his hand, and we got the big Alvin over here with the gold teeth and the buckle knees and the dread head. I don't like him.
Let's take a look at some of his highlights.
What?
Do we have to?
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah. Star stat of the week. You got to see why.
Yeah, you make me sick.
What we're gonna look at here is going to be a 57-yard screen.
I don't know.
They just dump it right to him, cut back in the middle, and he's gone.
Hey, touchdown
Who's
alert.
that? He's overrunning there.
Touchdown
Malik
alert. Somebody stop him, please.
Hold on, baby.
Malik
Oh my
Hooker,
goodness.
we got more plays with him out of position, but
Oh my goodness. Just doing what he
So the
wanted
Cowboys
to.
really
just-
can't fit a basic week lead.
would you say this is commentating here?
28.
Emmanuel
Smack
Lacho.
the fullback. Don't widen out and don't be scared. Smack this.
Let's see. What do you see here?
Yo, the Cowboys really can't fit a basic week lead.
Oh,
28. Smack the fullback. Don't
There
widen
it
out
is.
and don't be
Hooker
scared.
again.
Smack this dude. There's no hole.
No engagement.
That shouldn't be a touchdown. It should be a no game. A no game.
yeah, beautiful. Thank you for making me watch that and listen to that.
I'm just trying to enjoy my pickle. Come on.
No fair. Why does Sammy get distractions?
You see this? My cute little bowl. And
Is that pickles in a candy jar? In a Halloween candy?
it was 98 cents. My house isn't Halloween yet, but I'm getting in the spirit.
I love it. I think Little Man, you're stealing all the pickles from Little Man.
He's not gonna like them, so I don't even like bread and butter pickles, but they're bread and butter, and they're spicy. Fire! I told you. Like,
That's enough.
Yeah, he made the same sound I would make because as soon as you said bread and butter, I was out.
okay, I
Yeah.
hate bread and
I
butter
know.
pickles. I swear to you, but
Same.
they are
Ain't nothing that can
delicious.
fix it. And I love
I'm gonna
spicy,
bring
but
a
that ain't
jar.
gonna fix it. Okay,
I'm
bring it
bringing a
on.
jar.
Ooh, Chuck said the Longhorns would have smoked the Cowboys last week. I think they would have ran the ball effectively against them. I'll give you that part. I think our offense could have scored 40 on the Longhorns defense, but I believe they would have ran the ball against us.
So I have a question about that, and I may have just been mad enough that I wasn't paying attention. But why was Rico the only one running? Like I did not see. Like I tweeted it, asked about it, but I did not see Zeke at the last end of the game. Why isn't
Hey,
he
for all-
supposed to be our power pusher? Like what happened?
For all these questions, we need the ability to interview Mike McCarthy because that's not the only one. Again, why wasn't Overshown in the game? Why didn't Zeke
Right.
play? Why? On and on.
Yeah.
My whole house is coming in here.
What's up,
You
Sammy's
wanna
house?
sit?
Hi, everyone.
Oh,
Right. Little E, our special guest, is on the show today. Let's hit him with some Q&A blitz. Are you ready? No.
everything to him is 2. Everything is 2.
What's 1 + 1?
Say it. You
Boom.
say 2.
How many haircuts have you had in your life?
Say 0.
I knew it.
How many times have the Ravens lost this season? Oh. How many games have they played?
The answer.
2. 2.
What's that? How many touchdowns is Lamb going to have this weekend? All right.
You guys off. We're gonna go.
Oh,
like,
no. Well, he was just trying to say 1. He was confirming that it wasn't 2.
yeah. Needless to say, you learned how to
He's-
flip somebody off.
He's under on the 2.
Yeah,
All right, baby, go play.
he is way under on the 2 for the touchdowns.
it.
All right.
Hurry.
So speaking of which, we'll go ahead. Let's check the comments before we get right into our next segment. Can I either post a link that I saw in the chat or send it to one of y'all? Yeah, for sure. You most definitely can. Yeah, if we can get it up, we'll try to display it on the show. If not, we'll
Be back
definitely
in
check it
1
out. Maybe
second.
repost it. Appreciate that, Colin. Chuck says, "Why was Deuce running?" I'm not sure if he sucks. He's not the preferred back. I would like the ball in his hand in most situations. I don't mind getting it to him, here and there. But well, Sam takes her little break. I will remind you guys again, if you're here with us, if you're watching and you haven't yet, hit the like button, drop a comment. The best thing you can do for the algorithm for us to help our show grow is, like I said, hit that like, turn your notifications so you can make sure you do it with all of our shows when they do come on, and then hit that share button. Leave a comment, hit that share button, make sure you're subscribed, and then let people know where to find some of the best Dallas Cowboys content. Like I said, we have players on as guests, we have reporters on as guests, we have some of content creators finest, in the Cowboys world on as guests. We'll be on other people's shows as well. We'll let you know where to keep up with all of it. We raise money for charity. We do raffles, games, lots of fun stuff. So if you're into what we're doing and you like it and support it, make sure you make sure you do all of the things. And so, Landry, while we wait on Sammy to return, I've got to ask you, what's your realistic expectation on and you may be muted, check your mic, but what's your realistic expectation on score prediction for this week? I think we're probably going to talk about it, but we'll just give a little.
Yeah, I mean, I think I can hold off on a score prediction for Act 3, but I can tell you that I'm not going to just jump in there and say, yeah, the Cowboys got this one. We're going to win this week. We're bringing a lot of energy there to AT&T Stadium that hopefully is going to help out. But with the way the Saints just ran the ball against us, and this team has Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, I don't love our chances. I don't necessarily think we're going to lose. Like I said, we'll get farther into it. But no, I'm not going to jump out there and say we're going to win. The line is the Cowboys +1. We'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe way over.
The bad part about that is, our last 2 home games. Now, granted, they were far between, right? You're talking about last season against Green Bay, all the way to this season against the Saints. That's a few months in between, different defensive coordinator, things like that. But it's basically the last 2 home games, and it basically equates to 95 points given up in your last 2 home games and just getting absolutely run off your field. And here's what I'm scared of is that cannot look the same this coming up week. If it does, that is concern for huge red flags, and it should be for everybody. The defense has to make a statement. Yeah, for the rest of the season, right? It's going to be concerning. But we'll no more foreshadowing. We've got Slam and
right. Was it the Saints have the best offense in the NFC, or we can't defend the run still?
TBD.
Yeah, right.
TBD.
Yeah, Act 3 coming soon enough. We're gonna move the show along here. We got another 15 minutes.
We do. We got another 15 minutes, and we are going to play a little game we like to call.
Today we're going to play a game.
What game?
A game I like to call Way Over or Way Under.
Okay.
Want to play along?
No.
No, I love it.
Samantha doesn't want to play. Landry doesn't want to play. Jimmy wants to play. Chat, would you like to play? What we're going to play is some Way Over, Way Under. And how do we play? So what we've got, we've got the Dallas Cowboys game odds for the Ravens, who we're going to say, Sam, why don't you read that line right there on the green line for me and tell the birdies what to do this weekend.
Get the flock out of here.
Get the flock out. All right. That's what these Ravens got to do this week. It's what we need them to do. And so after the Saints came marching in, we got to get the flock out of here. So Dallas +1 is the line this week. So you can be bold and say, I'm way over. We're going to beat them by more than that. We're going to win by a touchdown or more, +7, more than 7. Or you can say, you know what? I don't trust our team. I'm going to go way under. They're going to beat us by 6. And it's going to be, it's going to be the other way around. You tell us what you think in the chat. As always, we're gentlemen around here, so we'll let Landry go first. I saved you one, Sam.
All right. Yeah, a little bit while Sam was taking a short break there, I was divulging that I definitely wasn't going to jump in here and just pick the Cowboys to win. And therefore, there's no way I can pick them to win by a touchdown or more. Now, it may be that they win the game, but if I'm picking on these betting lines and I've got to go way under and put some money on it, I'll go way under with a -5. I think it's highly, highly more likely that the Baltimore Ravens win by 7 than we win by 7. So I'll leave it there.
That's very fair. Very, very fair. Sammy, you got your take on this? Would you like me to go?
Go ahead.
Okay, so while I would like to say I feel like they've got the line exactly right, I could see this being a 2019 ball game. I really could. I could see both defenses showing up. Ours needs to prove a point. Theirs has to give their offense a chance this week. They're 0-2, as we stated. So they're desperate for this W. We already know the odds. If you start 0-2, you only make it to the playoffs 11% of the time. If you start 0-3, you can basically forget about it. You might as well, you got better luck getting struck by lightning that year. So both defenses are going to fight hard. So while I think they have the line actually pretty good, I'm going to go way over. I'm going to put some faith into my team, even though they've given me no reason to the last 2 times we've been in AT&T. I'm going to go way over, and I'm going to say that we can beat them by 9 points. I'm going to say that Brandon Aubrey can be consistent we'll get 4 or 5 out of them. And if our defense can play sound football and take away the ball even once or twice, then we can winning this game by 9 points when it's all said and done, with maybe another late field goal that pushes it up past 6. And so I'm gonna go way over, but boy, they got to give me some faith. They got to show me something this weekend. What's that, Coach?
I hope that you win the money instead of me.
Yeah.
I would much prefer to lose my money and Dallas win by 7 points. That's all I'm saying.
No.
What do you got, Sam?
And it's very unfortunate. I really do hope I win this week because I bet Samantha. So, well, I hope. I'm sorry.
Wait, what?
I didn't have any money, Sam, and they were like, "What do you have for collateral?" I said, "We got a teammate named Slam Sammy. She's cool.
Yeah.
She knows all the news and all the stats." And they were like, "Okay." So I'm just no.
There, you better be right. I'm counting on you.
All right, what do you got for us?
Or. I'm going with or.
With the or.
Yeah, I don't want to answer this because I feel like there's a lot on the line for both teams here. I mean, Ravens being 0-3 considering how far they went last year. I mean, but us losing at home twice in a row, like even Micah Parsons made a statement about it, like that can't happen. If I had to pick, I'm going to be optimistic. I'm going to say over. I'm going to say that we know Lamar's a runner. We know they took Derrick Henry because we were idiots and didn't even offer him a chance. And we know from seeing them make it further than we did what they have to offer. And hopefully defense has the energy from not showing up last game and for this week, and we'll powerhouse them.
Yeah. All right.
Very good. Sam, give your camera a tilt down for me.
Sorry, my
it slipped on you.
I was sitting on my son's little Hot Wheels car holder, and he took it from me. So now I'm
needed that back. Hey, Chuck, I saw you were in there in the chat saying you wanted to play. Go ahead. We're fixing to jump into topic 2. Go ahead and give us your over under. You're way over, or you're way
over or way under. And yeah, I just want to point out while we're waiting on Chuck's answer there, and before we get to the next one, how Sammy changed the game on us and said, "I pick or."
Yeah, I didn't want to pick one.
It didn't specify. It said it's way over or way under.
I mean, or makes it easy. Or was my instinct, but I had to pick.
Yeah, or is just a line, Sam. That's not fair.
Well, I hate both sides.
And that's really what it boils down to. I think they've got this line set right there. I think this is a 3-point game, and I don't know who it is. So
no, Ethan, no need to be sorry, man. Listen, not too many people do. After 2 home blowouts back to back, like I said, far apart. But last 2 times we're at home.
I don't feel like we're walking in and getting blown out, or it's looking anything like the Saints again. But I'm definitely not just. Yeah, we're getting there.
Oh, Tucker misses again from 50. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Sam. Go ahead.
No, I was just reading it. You're good.
Yeah.
Changing of the guard. The guard's already changed. Tucker's just been doing it longer, but there's no question who the best is right now and has been for 16 months.
I'll buy that. 34-31. So some points getting put on the board with an Aubrey kick. I'll take it. Tom says we win by a touchdown. What's up, Papa BB? Yeah, that's where I was at. I said
big dog.
So yeah, I hope so. I think so. I said 9 points. I think we can get Butters can put us over the top by a few, win by 9 in the long run. Thanks for stopping by and watching the show, Tom. Appreciate it. Chuck says,
hey, can I real quick give Cooper Beebe a shout out right now, because I'm pretty sure he's
100%.
only allowed 1 quarterback pressure with 87 snaps. Like, how amazing is that?
No bad snaps is probably a bigger thing. Even having no bad snaps when you haven't played the position before. Yeah, with Papa B being here, it's a good thing we're not having to say, we're not too negative on the offense. Like I said, they got handcuffed and weren't given a chance. They put 19 on the board while handcuffed with with them getting able to pin their ears back and everything.
No, that was the thing. As bad as the Green Bay loss was, our defense was able to outperform themselves and give up the most historic worst performance that we've ever seen in Cowboys history. So that's. So they did it. But yeah, great shout out there, Sam. Cooper Beebe's been playing lights out for a rookie as a center. We kind of all seen him coming to take that job from Brock. We like having Brock on the team, but you're right, Tom. That's got to get better. The run game has to get better, whether it be scheme or whether it be running backs.
maybe be who it is, because we just had some discussion on that. And I'm sure he saw
This
that.
is
But hey,
very true. Yeah.
on to topic number 2 on way over, way under. We were looking for, while putting this together, the line wasn't actually out, the official line, but we think we're pretty close. We set our own line at 65 on Lamar Jackson rushing yards. Way over being 85 or more, way under being 45 or less. This one you can take. Way over or under on Lamar Jackson rushing yards.
You guys want me to go first this
Yeah, you
time?
can take this one.
Mhm.
I'm gonna have faith like I did in my last answer. I'm gonna say that we know Lamar's a runner. We know kind of what to expect from him when rushing. So I'm gonna go with 45. I'm gonna go with what did you say?
Way
Under. Under, if we can manage to stop him, I'm going with. I'm gonna hope that
way under.
way.
There it is.
Over. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's good.
There
Yeah,
it is.
I'm being optimistic here, and I'm gonna say that we know he's a rushing quarterback, and we're gonna treat him like Jalen Hurts and not let him run.
Okay, I like it. Yeah, Papa BB. Anybody else in the comments want to throw their shot here? James says under. Overshown is going to show up, and I'll go ahead and segue right into my answer with that one, Sloan, because that's where I think the difference is going to be. I think Zimmer knows that they're going to probably let Lamar take it and tote it more than they're going to even let King Henry try it. You know what I mean? So
Why they say
yeah, so I know, right? You would thought they signed him to take the carries off of Lamar, and he's been running the ball more this year. So that one, the whole thing confused me. Yeah, if we spy way under, and so that's where I'm going to go with you. I think that's the way we have to. You have to force Lamar to throw the ball down the field and beat you. You can't let him run for 100. So just because the game plan has to be stop him, I'm with you, Papa BB. I think 65 is where my heart says, but we simply off game plan, we have to eliminate that. So Zimmer better. So I'm gonna go way under.
Yeah, I can't be there just because Zimmer has to. I watched Lamar Jackson did in week 1. It's there's just too many areas where you're defending the pass. It's a 3rd and 9, and you probably do a good job, but because of how quick he is, he gets that step in. There's 12 or 13 yards 3 or 4 times a game that are, he could walk over there, it seems like, or everyone else is walking because of the speed he runs at. But I'm going to go way over. I've got Lamar Jackson at nearly 100 yards, if not more. Not that it's going to cost us the game, though. We'll get to that.
So
okay, at least you finished with that. So I was gonna say you are depressing me.
No, he gets his yards because of the type of athlete he is, but it doesn't necessarily cost you the game just because he gets 100 yards rushing.
So because the only way that works is you're telling me
week 1 he had 120 or 30 and didn't win.
Well, yeah, I think it was 90, but they were close. But they were playing the GOAT, and they were playing the GOAT that used Xavier Worthy for 2 ultimately fast touchdowns in that game. Don't act like the Ravens weren't in that game the entire time. And the only way it works if Lamar rushes for over 100 is that they only had like a 200 total offense. Because if he rushes for over 100 and they also get everything else from everybody else, their normal receiving yards, their normal Derrick Henry yards, there's no way we win. I can't see it scoring enough if he gets 100 rushing yards.
I'm about to get a chill.
We're going to see. So we'll play this last segment, and it's interesting.
22 yards rushing against the Chiefs.
Did he have 122?
122 yards.
Wow.
So you can beat him.
I want to think about it. Can we just not?
But again, Pat, the GOAT can beat Lamar Jackson when he rushes for 122 in Kansas City. I don't know if we can. I will see. There's a way. Like I said, there's a path to it.
The GOAT didn't play defense. Lamar rushed for 122, and they only scored 23 points or whatever it was.
But they won by a toe.
Regardless of Pat Mahomes, defensively against the Ravens, Lamar can rush for 122. You can give up 23, and you can beat 23 points on offense.
True. Yeah. Yeah, and Sam's got a good point. It was a close game. Lamar missed 2 throws that would have gave them the touchdown to tie the game, and then the toe catch that was actually out of bounds. It's really good.
Yeah, no, it was a great game, by the way.
It really was. It really was one of the better season opening games that we've seen in a long time. It really was. Didn't do anything. Casey defense.
I forgot. Last topic. We were short on time, weren't able to update. So the last way over under is not how much Jane sleeps in a week. But if Jane Slater were here, I can't. And next week, I cannot wait to know.
We will text her and we'll find out. So we are allowed to go ahead and play. We will get the answer. We just don't have it for this week's show, but we are going to head and make a guess. So what we did with this one is we decided, okay, Jane's a busy lady. Obviously, she had to postpone us a week. So she's super duper busy. You know, you basically have to be like Jane Slater or the president of the United States to postpone the Star We Are. I'm just saying. But no, but so we said, look, okay, 7 days a week, maybe 6 hours. The average is about 7 to 8. She's probably a little under that. So we set the line at 42 hours. That's 6 hours a night.
6 hours.
Way over being, does she get 6 more than that, like an extra night of sleep more? Or is she under that 6 hours, that night of sleep, and she's doing only like 5 a week at 5 hours a night at 36 hours a week? Are we way over? Or are we way under on Jane Slater's beauty rest per week? Sam, where you at on this one?
I think you guys are under. Wait. I think she gets at least 48 hours of sleep in a week. I mean, God, she's incredible. She isn't. Can you function on no sleep? Like, if she can function that amazingly on that lack of sleep, I love her even more.
Well,
but I'm just trying to hope that she gets enough sleep to be as amazing as she is. Otherwise, she's even more incredible.
so you're way over. Like I said, I can't wait to hear. I'm going to be way under. I've got her at 2 days a week that she sleeps for 3 hours, and you're talking about her being amazing. And how could she do it on little sleep? I can guarantee you that she does. I know of days recently this season where she slept for 2 or 3 hours, and you've seen her on TV at first thing in the morning
It's true.
performing. She's impressive. No, like I said, I've got her at 2 days a week. She might get 3 hours, and she's back up there at 4 or 5 in the morning or something. And went
I
to
would
bed at
be
1.
so cranky. It's not even funny.
No, there's something to the idea that supposedly some people, they call it 6 to 8, but some people can get 4 and be the same. Or maybe she's trained herself, but I think she's more along 4 to 5 a day.
So I would like to be Samantha here and still the or. I think Landry's right. There's probably a couple nights where she only gets 3 or 4, but I think she makes that up on her most off day with maybe 8 to 12, as much as she can get at least 8. There's that one day a week where she tries to get at least 8. But sometimes if she doesn't have much going on and she can sleep in, she'll push it all the way to 10 or 12 hours that night after the 2 nights, the long weekend of the 2 3-hour nights. So with the math, that still pushes it up to 18 for those 3 nights. So if you have the other 4 nights and you take the 6 times 24, then that puts us right at 40. So that's the number. I'm just going to go ahead and make a direct prediction here. And if you guys want to do that, since we don't know the answer yet, you can do that as well. I'm going to predict that her answer is going to be 40 hours.
I've got her at 35, 5 a day, directly under.
I don't know.
Under.
I can't math that quick, so I'm just gonna go with 8 hours a night, however long. I'm gonna average it out to 8 hours a night because I think you're right, Jimmy. I think that the lack of sleep she gets, she makes up for it by sleeping in longer. But I'm gonna average at 8 hours a night, so however long that would be.
Okay, that's 54. 8 times 7, 54. Yeah, and then Chuck's got 6.5, so that would be right at the 48. Yeah, so because that would be exactly there would only be 3 hours. That'd be 45.
45 or so, 45 or 46.
So it'd be 45 exactly.
Yeah. Okay, we're already at an hour. We'll move it over here. We'll move it over here to Act 3. We've got to get something in about it.
That's a good point, James.
Oh, I want to look up. I'm glad you said that.
Oh, we've got to talk about it. And we already have a little bit, so we can.
Yeah, just a little. Yeah, just run the time. We'll get these score predictions in and not run too late.
I got you.
After I fix my camera.
We lost Landry. All right.
Let's see if I can get this to load. Okay, so I did get their injury report pulled up real quick, if that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so real quick, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players that didn't practice. 2 of them were only personal. The rest have injuries. So that is an offensive tackle. I don't even know how to say his name. I'm not going to. A corner, Armour Davis. It's like Amave Lalulu. I'm not even going to try. A safety, Kyle Hamilton. And then Deontay Hardy, one of their receivers, was only a limited. Ronnie Stanley, another offensive tackle, didn't practice. Kyle Van Noy had that brutal eye injury and then something with his groin, did not practice. Nate Wiggins, our corner, did not practice with neck/concussion injury. He did not practice either. So we may get some luck with their lack of non-injured players. Let me just get taller real quick. But yeah.
Boom. Sam. All right. So we'll go ahead and get into it. As we're like Landry said, we're at the hour mark. We got to wrap this up. But we will go
see
ahead
our
and
scores.
We're going to give some takes, just quick score predictions, what we think is going to happen this week. Where are we at? Slam and Sammy.
I'm going to go with, well, I know you're supposed to do way over, way under. I can't be that dramatic with my score difference. I'm going to say like kind of similar to the Chiefs and Ravens game, but I'm going to say 33-36 us.
Okay. So that extra field goal, somebody mentioned in the comments earlier, Brett Butter's doing it again for us this week. That'd be nice.
Yes, I had a score similar to that, a higher score, like 34-31 or something in the chat. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that was your score, Landry, 34-31?
No.
Oh.
No, that was the
I
chat
didn't
score.
even see that in the comment. Oops.
It was, yeah, something like that, if I'm remembering. My score is going to be a little lower than people. I think the defense is going to be the defense is going to rebound. You're not going to give up 30 or 40 points just because it looked like that last week. 27-24. We're going to be on this field goal game though. That's feeling accurate. 27-24 Dallas. I'm gonna predict the win because I just don't pick against the Cowboys. It had to be a really tough situation. Bring San Francisco into town and I'll pick against them. Green Bay, and then bring Green Bay into town and I'll pick against them, I guess. But
yeah.
Even without Jordan Love?
Who knows? But I'm not picking against them, although, like I said, I'm not overtly confident. But 27-24 Dallas.
27-24. We got Chuck at 27-20. Ravens. He says he hopes he's wrong. James said, great minds think alike. I guess that was Sammy with you right there, right around his score. And so I'll say, look, my team's got to prove it to me. I think the line is real close, but I think they're giving us the +1 because we're at home. I'm going to have to give the Ravens +1. I'm going to go 24-23. Ravens get us in a close one to save their season. What I would like to say is that this is MVP versus MVP runner-up, and we find out who should have actually been the real MVP. That's what my little heart would like to say. That's what my confidence in my team would like to say is that Dax should come out here and ball out against this defense because they've been susceptible through the air, and they could be taken advantage of there. I'd like to say we go aired out. Mike McCarthy cooks it up. Dak balls out, and we throw 350 and 3 tutties on them. But I just can't do that after 19 points the last week, and I can't think that my defense is going to stop a team like Lamar Jackson running for 100 going for 30 points. So I'm going to go 24-23. Ravens edge us just a little bit.
Gross. And I just want to say, I know that the Saints scored 19 on us, but if they're ranking them as high up as they are, I mean, that might just mean we're not Super Bowl potential, knock on wood. So maybe try not to let that affect future games, because if they're that tough, I mean, maybe they'll blow everybody else out of the water.
That we will. We'll find out. But you know what? Who knows? Because the Eagles defense, again, this year, which is who they play this week, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Eagles and the Saints. And the Eagles are bottom 5 in every defensive metric. Again, this year, they were for the last 7 games of last season. They've started off the first 2 same games of this season, bottom 5 in every defensive metric. So it's probably not really going to be too much of a shocker if the Saints go in there and score. I mean, if you just look at on paper, the Eagles are almost as bad as at defense as Carolina. And so,
and they're under Kellen Moore's offense, which I've heard Eagles fans say themselves that Cowboys fans were right already. So.
Yeah.
Tell me this before we get out of here, Coach. If the Ravens beat the Cowboys and it gets them to 1-2 and saves their season, what does it do to the Cowboys? And in dropping them to 1-2,
it puts us at 2-2 because we're going to spank the Giants the week after. So we'll be at 500 through week 4, which is, I think, what a lot of us may have predicted at the beginning when the schedule was released.
I'm crying.
So, 2-2 after the Giants game. I don't think the Giants can beat us this year. They're just not real good. They're going to be fighting with Carolina for the number 1 pick. Sorry, Sammy, go ahead.
You're okay. I'm just going to say, I seen James comment something about having the crowd and the noise. If nobody else is loud around me, I am going to scream like a woman having problems because I'm going to be loud. I'm going to make someone panic, and it's not going to be us. Like, this is the time we need to show support to our team the most.
Right.
And if nobody around me does it, and you hear a loud blood-curdling scream, it is I.
Well, we've taken some people in there deep this weekend, so
That's right.
I think it's going to be pretty live in there.
It's a gang of people going. And what it is, it's the people that, like Landry said, it'd be like, it's the people that stand up.
Bringing some people.
It's the Jay Tucks and the people that are like, why y'all sitting down? It's 4th down. Stand you, but it's 3rd down. Get up. Make some noise. What are we doing here? It's those people. So we're going to show up. Hopefully we'll get some seats close to each other. I know last time we were like really separated when you guys come to town and get to go to the game. So, but regardless, we're definitely going to meet up in the stadium. And it's going to, the tailgate, Cowboys Cave tailgate, folks.
I'm excited for that since I missed it last year. I'm so excited to finally be able to be there.
Yeah. And we'll probably, I'm sure other people will, but we'll probably go live from there for just a little while outside of the tailgate. And so if you can't make it out to Texas, you can't be the Cowboys Cave tailgate, turn on your Twitter feed that day. It's going to be live.
Oh, yeah. A lot of panicking. I mean, not panicking, but over emotion. I'm going to be dramatic like I am every game. So, yeah.
James, where do you stand in AT&T? Should it be in the front row going crazy? Cowboys, let's get back on track. That's right. Let's do it. That's right. We can't get
I love the positivity in the comments.
Same.
Don't hit the panic button.
That's right. Good luck and go Bucks.
What? I support Baker Mayfield, but that's as far as you're getting me, and Mike Evans, but that's as far as I'm going by the end.
Yeah. You're a cool Bucks fan if you stop by to say great show.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree.
We welcome everybody. 100%. Yeah. Did we play the Bucks this year? We do.
I don't. Do we?
We do. Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. I mean, yay. I mean,
Madness. You got to give us your honest answer, Madness, before we get out of here because we're about to. Y'all going to beat us this year when we meet up?
There you go, James. Section 142, row 1.
Nice. Very nice. Row 1 is always a plus. You ain't got nobody in front of you. Just you in the rail.
Definitely nobody in front of you in 100, row 1. The field.
I believe that's corner end zone on the away, or maybe it might be on the home side. It's one of the far end zones, and it's in the right kind of. I think if I know my AT&T, I think that's where 142 is. But
all right.
It's been fun.
Another great show. We're gonna get out of here and see each other in a couple days.
Yay! Ravens side 8.
Hopefully, anybody else out here in the comments.
So, Ravens side. Yep, 8-yard line on the away side. Nice. That's a great. Yell at Lamar all game long.
Dak should have been MVP.
That's a good one to yell. That's a good one. One time I went to an Atlanta game and I yelled at Calvin Ridley and I said, your technique is weak. And he went on for 165 and 2 touchdowns. So I try to mind who I yell at when I'm at the game.
Nice. Told him that pregame and he heard you.
Yeah, he heard me. No,
he
heard me. Yeah, it was just he was about 10 feet away. And
that was his fault.
I pissed him off. He tore.
That looks so small. I'm gonna buy. Hi, King Commando. Boo, Commanders, but thanks for joining right at the very end. I hope you love Dan Quinn.
Yeah, see, that was much better when you pushed yourself up. That's where you're supposed to be in the frame.
Yeah, I am sitting on my foot right now. Like I am really trying to taller. Yeah.
I you do the walk off.
Yay!
Nice.
Can't
all right,
wait to
James.
see you.
We'll hold you to that standard. All right. So as you can see, James talking about fanning. You know what we always love to do. So before we get out of the show, we're going to remind everybody to have a wonderful week. Let's go Cowboys this Sunday and beat these purple birds. And Sammy, remind the people to always, always, always.
Please fan responsibly.
Whoop, whoop. You heard it, guys.
All right.